Hello class. Thank you for coming to my presentation. My name is Dr. John Yoder, and today we will be talking about SCP-7234. Object Class, Location. Containment Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the anomaly's location underneath a highly secured Foundation site, concealment from the public is redundant. The entrance to SCP-7234 is secured with a sealed airlock. Personnel are forbidden from entering the anomaly for any reason other than maintenance of containment systems. An SCP-7234-2 collection system is installed at the lowest point of the cave system. SCP-7234-2 must be disposed of through standard anomalous fluid handling procedures. Containment Breach Protocols. During a prolonged breach event at Site-91, the disposal system may become non-functional, or disposal may not be an option. SCP-7234-2 is flammable, and can be disposed of through incineration. However, the fumes produced are a suffocation risk, and thus should be properly ventilated out of enclosed spaces. Under no circumstances should SCP-7234-2 be consumed by humans in any form. Description: SCP-7234 exists within a cave system underneath Site-91. At some point when navigating the cave system, subjects will enter another space designated E-7234. E-7234 acts as the source of a non-Newtonian viscous orange fluid, similar to deep frying grease, hereafter designated as SCP-7234-2. SCP-7234-2 exerts contradictory properties in regards to its viscosity. While it is able to run with the approximate viscosity of water, it captures organisms and objects like a more viscous substance. During lab testing, SCP-7234-2 has indicated a pH level of 1 and has been able to partially dissolve rock. SCP-7234-2 is also flammable, and is able to evaporate into a gaseous form. Gaseous SCP-7234-2 is colored dark yellow, and appears to make up most of the cloud cover within E-7234. SCP-7234-2 travels through SCP-7234 into the main reality, pulling up into the cave system that the anomaly exists inside. The rate of SCP-7234-2 emission has noticeably increased in the time that the Foundation has been aware of the anomaly. Consult Document 7234-Silver for statistical data and potential worst-case containment projections. History: SCP-7234 was discovered by Foundation DST investigation staff in 2002, after a CK-class reality restructuring event associated with SCP. A team organized by the Department of Systemic Transformation, DST, was tasked with investigating all Foundation sites. During the process, a team of DST personnel noted that Stairwell 3 extended 90 meters below any other stairwells at Site-91. This stairwell extension was not present on any Site-91 blueprints, and appeared to serve no purpose. DST personnel discovered that the stairwell intersected with a cave system underneath Site-91. Entering the cave system led to an encounter with SCP-7234-2 and SCP-7234. Standard interdimensional anomaly containment protocols were established shortly thereafter, and the small amount of grease that had pooled within the cave system was effectively destroyed. Addendum: SCP has not yet admitted to having any knowledge of SCP-7234. Either SCP erased its own memory of SCP-7234 during the CK-class events, or SCP-7234 existed prior to SCP's involvements. Document 7234-Malday. Forward. Between June and August of 2002, the Interdimensional Anomaly Exploration Group, IEG, conducted many incursions into E-7234. The following serves to provide a timeline of these incursions and their consequences. This document was composed as a joint effort between the IEG and the Department of Systemic Transformation, DST. Early incursions. Under the direction of Dr. Donner, the IEG first deployed a series of autonomous robotic vehicles into E-7234. However, most of these attempts failed. Both liquid and gaseous SCP-7234-2 interfered with the circuitry of the drones, preventing them from accurately exploring the anomaly. Even when drones were reinforced to prevent interference from SCP-7234-2, they could not withstand the high temperatures and frequent seismic activity within E-7234. After the failure of unmanned exploration, the IEG allocated a 4-man exploration party for E-7234, under the condition that Dr. Donner would be replaced by Agent Saunders, a more senior employee. Incursion 7234-1. The exploration party was made up of one senior agent, Agent Gene Kessup, codename Ion-1. 2 agents, Agents Matt Martins and Ed Muller, codenames Ion-2 and Ion-3, and a technician, Trevor Johnson, codename Ion-4. They were equipped with several stationary radio and UDP transmitters, which would be planted throughout E-7234 in order to facilitate communication with the base command at Site-91. Due to the hazardous environment, the party was equipped with heat suppression suits and hazardous chemical filtration apparati. In addition, the party was given standard gear for a long-term incursion, including 2 weeks' worth of food and water, as well as basic shelter. The primary goal was to determine the source of SCP-7234-2 and the extent of any pre-existing life within E-7234. The party was instructed to communicate with Base Command once every 24 hours. The following is a record of incoming communications received by Site-91.
Radio test. We have contact with Base Command. The LED on the transmitter is green.
That means it's ready to take a picture. Press the button next to the LED.
There. Did it work?
Image. The inside of the cavern system directly outside of the airlock. SCP-7234-2 can be seen running along the bottom of the cave through the graded floor into the collection system.
It sent the picture properly. We're golden.
We're clear to go. Everyone should have a map of the cave system. It's annotated with routes on the surface. We're taking the red one.
I'm looking at it. Over.
The Foundation protocol has been updated. You don't have to say over.
Yes, ma'am. Quick question.
What is it, Ed?
I, can't get my air filtration system to work. You flip the red switch on your chest plate's front panel. Alright, my mistake.
If you want someone to replace you on this mission, you can.
I don't.
Alright, we'll make another report in 24 hours. Checking in. If the sonar maps are right, we're about halfway to the surface.
It's hot in here. I can see why we couldn't send drones. I thought these suits were supposed to be heat resistant. They can only do so much, Ed. God, I feel like a toasted marshmallow. Why is it like this down here? You should roll around in the grease. It'll cool you down. No thanks, I'm fine.
There's something that Trevor noticed earlier.
You're too kind. I just compared the maps.
Come on, Trevor, take some credit.
Huh? What'd he find?
Anyhow, we brought some photos of the cave systems around Site-91. We wanted to compare and see if there are any differences.
That's news to me.
There's a few differences, but, well, it's kind of uncanny. We've seen the exact same stalagmite formations in here.
You're comparing... Wait a minute, are you from the department?
Yes, Trevor and I were assigned by the DST.
I thought you were with Interdimensional. Why didn't you tell us?
You didn't ask.
I mean, it's not a big deal or anything, just...
Agent Saunders just wanted agents with expertise in systemic transformation. We have the same goals.
Alright. Do you ever get the feeling that we're in something's stomach?
What do you mean, Ed?
I mean, it's just... I don't know. It's like we're going down an esophagus and we're being digested. What the hell are you talking about, Ed?
You have a point, actually.
What?
The cave system so far has been devoid of large chambers. It's just winding passageways. I can see why stomach would come to mind. The grease acts like stomach acid.
You're humoring him? Maybe I'm just hungry.
It's quite strange, now that I think of it. These caves make more sense with the acidic grease running through them. Caves on our end don't have any grease. They're devoid of any liquid.
That's kinda weird. It's like the caves came first, and then the grease was taken out later.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that.
I'm tired. This overhang should make a good place to set up camp.
We're going to rest here. We'll make another report in 24 hours.
Holy crap.
We've reached the surface. I'm sending over a picture.
I know, I said we were in his stomach, but I can't believe my eyes. Image. The view of the area directly outside the cave system. It is similar to the valley that Site-91 was built inside. However, parts of the mountains have been corroded by SCP-7234-2, and Site-91 does not exist. The sky is completely overcast. I can see the grease evaporating up there. Is that what's happening to the mountains? Is that what the clouds are made of?
The grease is coming down from above the clouds. Not raining, it's just like the mountains are oozing with it.
There's a bunch of watchtowers? I don't know what I'd call those.
There's a complex in the middle of the valley. It's a lot smaller than Site-91. On top of it's a tower that extends all the way up past the clouds.
I'm getting cooked alive. It's even worse up here. Stop being dramatic. It's not that bad. My air recycler must not be working. The air's sticking to my face. I'm being digested.
Yes, the air is sticky. It's like a thick, viscous liquid.
It's like I'm breathing syrup. Hot, greasy syrup. Stop complaining. It's not that bad. I'll get used to it. Are you? I said I'll get used to it.
I'm looking at the compound through binoculars. It's covered in this diamond symbol. I don't recognize it.
Let me see. Damn it, it's already fogged up. I can't see anything.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why is it like this? Where's the grease coming from?
You said it yourself. It's like a stomach.
A stomach for what? What's eating us? Why is it here?
Something up there, looks like. Maybe we can go up that tower?
I don't know. I was thinking that we should turn back. There are more questions than answers. We should wait for the researchers to figure out what's going on.
The complex can't be more than a few days' walk away. We should go to it while we're here.
Really? None of us are cleared for urban exploration.
I can clear us for urban exploration. I have the authority.
Mine as well, so we only have to come here once.
We're setting up camp for today. The sky's turned over to,
It's a darker color now.
I'd say so. We've decided to sleep for tonight. We actually found a spot underneath the plateau, overlooking the valley.
The view's kind of beautiful. You know, the starlight dazzling off of the grease.
You need your eyes checked, Ed?
And what are you, an art critic?
I'm not.
I'll take what I can get to distract myself. God, I'm miserable. It's like a sauna, except instead of steam, it's evaporated grease. I can't stand it.
We inspected one of the watchtowers. We're not sure why they're there. We haven't found any plants or animals yet, even dead ones.
Maybe there were animals at one point, before everything disappeared.
But why did everything disappear? We haven't even seen as much as a skeleton yet. It's unsettling me.
Maybe they got digested.
Bones and all? I'm not liking the stomach theory as much anymore.
Hey, maybe they just all flew to the moon. Wouldn't be the first time.
It isn't helpful to speculate about things like that.
At least I'm trying to make sense of everything here. Isn't that your job, Dimensional?
Hey, here, let me send over a picture of the tower.
Image. A watchtower embedded into the side of the canyon. The stem is made of a chrome material, while the top is square and made of brown steel material. Each side has a window, one of which is broken. A stream of grease drizzles across the top of the tower and down the side to the ground.
We couldn't find anything of note in the watchtower. It's strange. They're all over the canyon. Definitely not Foundation design.
You think we could sleep in one?
What?
It provides cover from the elements.
You should talk about the earthquake.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. A little bit of seismic activity hit us earlier today. Not much, but it was enough to trip us up.
We think it's what disrupted the probes. We've had a few so far, but this one was the first major one.
We'll make our way down to the canyon tomorrow. We've had an injury. We were rappelling down the canyon and...
Wasn't my fault, I swear. Another earthquake.
Tell that to my rolled ankle.
It's not that bad, Ed. You can still walk.
Hurts like hell. Being covered head to toe in grease like a McNugget doesn't help. My skin's been rubbed raw.
I didn't join this task force to babysit.
I'm sorry, do you want to get court-martialed when we get back?
No, I don't. We're not even from the same department. You don't have authority over me.
On this mission, I do.
Fine. Let's at least make it to the complex so that we're not sitting ducks out in the middle of the canyon.
I have a new theory.
What is it?
This isn't a stomach, but it's trying to become one.
What are you trying to say?
Sorry, that's a bad way of putting it. It's just there used to be people here, or aliens. I don't know. Look at the watchtowers. They're all over the place. They're not Foundation design. They're not even human design.
I agree, it looks like Saurian architecture.
Really? I've never been to Syria, but I don't think it looks like this.
Oh.
What it's supposed to do is break us down into a liquid form, but it can't do that yet. So it's trying to disarm us with the earthquakes. We need to get out before it can do that.
That's a stretch.
I agree. I can see the grease, but the earthquakes? I don't think so.
Alright, fine. What do you think then?
I don't have enough evidence to draw a conclusion.
Maybe it was some kind of weapon of mass destruction. Look around. The watchtower's the bunker. You couldn't tell me that this isn't a military base.
So what? They dropped a bomb on it and it got covered in grease? Are you telling me they contracted out Ronald McDonald to build a Manhattan Project?
Not a bomb. Maybe just... I don't know.
I think we should just get to the complex and see what we find.
I agree. We're not going to find anything out here.
What do you think, Matt?
What? Oh, my theory.
Yeah, what's your idea?
The Foundation did it.
What? You think we did this?
Not us. This universe's version of the Foundation. Maybe they were testing some kind of anomaly, and it went wrong.
Do you have that little faith in us?
That would make sense. I mean, everything here could have been built by some kind of alternate universe foundation.
My leg's hurting. Can we take a break?
Sure, we'll take a break here. We finally arrived at the compound. It's built just like the watchtowers we saw.
Image. The complex seen during the initial incursion. The first and third levels are built from the same chrome material as the watchtowers, while the second floor is built from the brown material. There are several small diamond-shaped windows built into the walls. A tower extends from the top of the complex past the cloud cover. Image. The inside of the first room of the complex. The room is relatively empty. A dysfunctional lighting system is installed into the horizontal edges of the room. An emblem consisting of 4 triangles embedded into a pentagon is engraved into the room's floor. Grease has begun to pool into the logo's center.
It's carved right into the cliff. Wouldn't that be a bad idea with all the earthquakes?
Maybe they built it before the earthquakes started happening.
That makes sense. Honestly, it looked smaller from far away, but now that we're here...
We're going forward in 2x2 formation. I'll send updates as we find them. We finished mapping out the first floor of the basements.
There's nothing here. It's like someone took everything that wasn't nailed down.
I don't know. Maybe there's just something we can't see. It's dark as hell down here.
Hey, I won't complain. It doesn't feel like I'm in an oven down here.
Let's go to the second floor. There's a computer station up on the second floor.
Image. The inside of a dark brown room. 6 tall metal machines dominate the center of the room. A large screen is embedded into the west wall. Rubber wiring is scattered across the room's floor. In the southeast corner of the room, a device is built into the wall. It consists of 2 cylindrical crystalline discs attached by a pillar made of black metal material.
These computers are interesting, to say the least. The technology looks like it came from 50 years in the past and 50 years in the future at the same time.
Why are all these computers here? What do they have to do with all of this?
What's that thing in the corner? It's like something out of Star Trek.
There's a display in one of these computers, and I think that's a power button.
Are you going to press it?
What do you think? Let's take a vote.
I don't think we should. Let's wait for the cavalry to come in.
Go for it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Sure, let's do it. We didn't come all this way for nothing.
Alright, I'm pushing it.
The sound of Ion-1 pushing the button, followed by the sound of the computers roaring to life.
They still have power. That's surprising.
Suddenly, the computers stop.
Why'd they stop?
Something popped up on that screen over there.
It's English.
Hold on. Starlight power drained. Please reconnect.
Starlight power? I don't understand.
Sudden rumbling of a massive earthquake. The sound of metal bending and floor collapsing can be heard over the earthquake. Ion-2 screams.
Ah! They came from downstairs.
Wait, is someone here?
Form up, guns out.
Footsteps of the team descending 2 staircases, then traversing the basement.
It's strange. The floor's ruptured open down here. There's an aquifer down here.
Aquifer? It's made out of running grease.
Image. Flashlight showing part of the floor ruptured open in the basement. The flashlight illuminates a channel underneath the floor, filled with running grease.
I don't think I've ever seen grease run that fast.
We've crossed the line now. We need to get back to base.
Another earthquake occurs. Parts of the floor fall away, making the sound of tearing metal. The team begins to panic.
Run!
Johnson!
I'm stuck! The floor is falling away!
Jump! Johnson! I've got you!
The sound of Johnson running, followed by a thick rumbling sound as Johnson falls into the grease river.
No, Trevor!
I'm stuck!
Ion-4 continues to fight, but to no avail.
Ed, don't try to save him.
I have to,
Ion-4's communications are cut off. He is carried away by the grease river.
Agent Edward Muller, I order you to turn around and get out of here, now!
The sound of further seismic activity is captured by the microphones before the transmission is lost. Communications with the team within E-7234 were suddenly cut during the incident described above. Personnel at Site-91 investigated SCP-7234 and found that a severe cave-in had occurred in the cave system. Many of the transmitters that were used for communication were badly damaged. Analysis of the cave via sonar found that the cave-in effectively eliminated any routes between the surface and Site-91, and that substantial tunneling efforts would be required to re-establish a route. In an attempt to re-establish contact with the team, Site-91 erected an experimental high-frequency antenna within SCP-7234. Contact was re-established after 15 hours without contact, and communication resumed.
Holy shit, I've never been so glad to hear another person's voice.
I'm losing my fucking marbles over here.
Trevor Johnson is dead. The floor collapsed below us while we were inside the complex, and he fell into an underground river of grease. He was immobilized before he was carried away.
I don't want to think about it. His face was haunting. It just contorted.
Thankfully, the grease was contained to the basement.
My skin is peeling off. Help me!
Your suit will flush itself in a few seconds. Ed's suit was compromised, and some grease slipped in. We're making our way back to the cave entrance. Even with the cave in, it's our best chance of making it out alive. High ground it better to be on here.
The grease was boiling hot. My body must be covered in burns. I feel like I've been toasted. He jumped, and I was supposed to grab him. He slipped right out of my hand. If my ankle had been rolled,
Ed.
I could have grabbed him, and he would be alive. He had a family. He was a technician. He's not supposed to die like this.
Pull yourself together, Ed. Right now.
It's my fault. He could have...
Stop.
I'm sorry, Ed. I know you're hurting. But you can't blame yourself. It's not your fault.
As far as I'm concerned, we're dead men. I'm not spending any more time listening to him whine. Either he picks up his weights, or I deal with him myself.
We're going to the cave entrance. End of story. You're both Foundation agents. Pull yourselves together and act like it. We're about halfway there now. We're going to rest in the forest.
We could easily make it the rest of the way there in no time.
Matt, we're low on water. The last thing we need is to exert ourselves.
What was that?
Sorry, the grease gave me acne. I can't help but pop it.
Why is it so loud?
These zits are the size of golf balls, whatever I do.
It looks like the grease streams off in the distance are going faster now. It might be an optical illusion.
It's an optical illusion. They've been at that speed the entire time.
We received Donner's message about the acid drill.
Acid drill?
They have a tunneling device at Site 91. It should only take them a week to dig a tunnel to the surface.
Why does Site 91 have an acid drill? Isn't it a safe class site?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Seismic activity occurs.
Whoa.
The earthquake causes Ion-2 to fall over.
We're fine. We're fine.
Was that you again, Ed?
Yeah, it feels good.
Johnson had the water recycler. That means what we have now is all we will have. If we ration and avoid exerting ourselves, we should be able to last at least a couple of weeks.
Same for me.
I'll conserve my energy.
We've arrived at the cave entrance. It's high ground, so we shouldn't have to worry about the grease.
What the fuck was that?
Popping the pimple feels so good.
Can you stop it? It's creeping me out.
With these burns, my skin tears open every time I move. It's the only release I have. I can't help it.
I've been through worse. Shouldn't we be here in the drill by now?
They ran into some difficulties, but they're on their way.
Do you know the reason why I'm here?
I don't know, and I don't care.
My brother, Hank, was the agent who found SCP-7234. And I gave him some suction with the IEG. He used that suction to get me here. God, you must feel like a real piece of shit right now.
I'm sorry, Ed. We'll be out of here soon.
Stop it, Ed.
Stop telling me what to do.
Please respond with progress updates. Temperature has increased noticeably.
Can they go any slower?
Running a tunneling machine in a hostile environment is a dangerous process.
Hostile environment? The closest thing to a hostile here is an inanimate fluid.
They're coming to save us, Matt.
You think? I know interdimensional. They actually come back to save their guys. If they were still running point, they would have rigged up a teleporter or some shit, and we'd already be out and eating our welcome back cake.
I'm a monster.
Stop, you two.
Should have left him in the basement where he belongs.
You're awful.
At this point, the acid tunneler that was being used to rescue the team was decommissioned, as the grease began to interfere with the tunneler's mechanisms. Explosives could not be used to clear the blockage without risking substantial damage to Site 91. 0513 declared the mission a failure, and ordered that equipment allocated to the incursion be dismantled and reallocated to other projects. The following is an address given by 0513 during a meeting of the IEG Working Group.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Before we begin, I'd like to emphasize that the Council's stance is to rescue personnel at all costs.
Our personnel are our most valuable resource. Recruiting and training are salient costs that must be paid, and we simply cannot afford paying these costs repeatedly. It is my understanding that the IEG is engaged in an incursion into the anomaly known as SCP-7234. It is also my understanding that, despite knowing that SCP-7234 was hostile to even our finest robotic drones, the IEG elected to send a team of humans into the anomaly. Now, this team is trapped within the anomaly due to a lack of foresight, and our attempts at retrieving them have unilaterally failed. First, I'd like to assert that I've personally disciplined those responsible for these decisions. I can assure you that neither Agent Saunders nor Dr. Donner will set foot anywhere near the IEG ever again. Second, the mission into SCP-7234 is officially a failure. We did not acquire any of the information we desired, and we lost 4 innocent lives in the process. This is not an O5 order, by the way. That would leave a rather nasty black mark on the records of everyone here. Consider it more of a very strong recommendation. The SCP-7234 project is consuming a surprising amount of resources right now. For what end? There are plenty of other projects that need those resources, and are guaranteed to yield better results. Move those resources around immediately. I'm aware that this means dismantling equipment that is currently being used to communicate with the surviving members of the incursion team. Since we can't support them now, in any way, shape, or form, the most ethical course of action is to stop providing the illusion of support. Cut communications. They're on their own now. Godspeed. Any further questions can be directed to my office.
As a result, the transmitter that was used to communicate with the team was dismantled, leading to a loss of communication with the team. However, before the transmitter could be disabled, further communications were received and recorded. In addition, errant radio communications were received by Site-91's standard antenna for some time after.
Please respond with updates.
Are you sure they're coming?
Yes, they are. The Foundation takes every measure it can to ensure personnel survival.
Of course, Gene. Read off the lines. Don't listen to what your eyes and ears are telling you.
What?
Be quiet for a second and tell me what you hear. Can you stop it for 1 second, Ed? Just one? Did you hear that? Silence. Nothing. Why can't we hear the tunneler?
Caves, giant, and, may I remind you, filled with rocks. Of course we can't hear it.
Let's go back to the complex.
Are you crazy?
No way in the world. It's the only place here with anything in it. Remember the computers we found? I'm sure there's something useful in there.
No way, it's far too dangerous.
And if we stay out here twiddling our thumbs, we're guaranteed to die.
The site's coming to rescue us. If we go to the complex...
I can't take it anymore! Ion-3 screams in pain as he takes off his suit.
What are you thinking, Ed? The heat suit...
Oh, burnt into it when the grease got in here. Now it's rubbing against my skin and it's burning me alive. It's... Holy shit, Ed. You look like a fucking lobster. This place is hell. I'm being cooked alive. My skin's been torn in two. I'm covered head to toe in these fucking zits. Communications cut out at this point.
Requesting an immediate report. 2 of our heat suits are compromised. Send Zen 13 as soon as possible. We need immediate medical attention.
I can't.
I repeat, we're requesting an immediate report for the status of our rescue operation.
You know what? I'm going back to the complex.
You aren't. That's an order.
I don't care. You're unfit to lead.
Stay here, Matt. Going to the complex is certain death.
You know what they taught us at Interdimensional? They taught me to innovate, to actually do something. Ion-1 takes out her gun.
Don't move a muscle.
Do it. Shoot me. Blow my brains out. You don't have it in you.
The Foundation...
The Foundation what, Gene? The Foundation's full of bureaucrats like the department who don't care about people. They don't care about us. They don't care about anything but their own little dipshit projects.
Turn around and come back here, now.
Ion-2 disconnects his communication system.
Come back here right now! Ed, can you...
I can't help it. We're going to die here.
No, we aren't.
The grease is drying up my skin. I can feel my body evaporating.
Pull yourself together.
It smells like a corpse up here. I can't think. My tongue's started to shrivel up.
Shut your mouth, Ed, and pull yourself together.
But...
Do you think I'm not scared shitless right now? We've heard nothing from Site-91. I've given all my water to you for the past day, and I'm still not sure what's going on. I have a family. You think they're not pronouncing me dead already? I'm trying not to think about it. You want to know why I'm not worried? Want to know why I keep my chin up? Because the Foundation's coming. They're bringing in the cavalry, and they're coming to save us right now.
But what if they're not?
They're coming, okay?
But
they're coming.
We're both going to die here.
No, we're...
Up there.
Holy shit.
Image. The mountainside directly behind the cavern entrance. A thick layer of grease has descended from above the cloud cover, and is now coating the mountains. The avalanche of grease is rapidly approaching Ion-1 and Ion-3.
Down there!
But you said...
You know what I said? We have to get in the canyon now!
We have to repel.
We've survived too long to die now. Get the rope!
The canyon's starting to flood.
We have to go up to the tower. It's our only chance. Up there!
He's here?
Matt, is that you? We have to make contact with him. I think he knows what's... For light power? That sounds a lot like...
You was kind of right about it being a weapon and a stomach. You weren't right about jack shit.
Matt, what are you doing here?
I'm about to end this, once and for all.
Can't do that!
I can, and I will.
If you take the teleporter, you know that the grease flow will only get worse.
I don't care about this rotten husk of a world. I'm leaving.
Get back!
Goodbye forever. Is he dead?
I don't know. Robert took him, though.
Is it better than here?
I don't know. The grease is up to the second floor now. Have you gotten the lock open? Are you seriously popping your zits right now?
I have to. It's the only way to get rid of it. Can't go up!
God help me, Ed. Move your legs right now.
We're dead. I'm dead already. I'm already half digested.
No, we aren't. We can still make it up the tower.
Like this? You know I... Shoot me, Gene.
What?
I don't want to drown in here.
Ed, you can make it. Summon your strength. You can crawl out. You're not stuck.
Look at me. I'm stuck like this. The grease has trapped me. Please, Gene. I don't want to go out like Trevor did.
I'm sorry, Ed. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Gene. You have to.
Close your eyes.
I'm ready. And please. I can't take it anymore.
Can't help you for nothing. I have to see what...
Image. The inside of a steel cylinder. Most likely the tower of the complex seen before. Ion-1's hands can be seen climbing a metal ladder. Streams of grease flow from the top of the cylinder to below.
Almost there. Come on, you can... Is that it? Can it?
Ion-1 kneels down.
What? Why? Did you cause all of this? Did you?
Image. A view looking upwards. Ion-1 is above the cloud cover. There is a blue sky with cumulus clouds in the distance. A giant, greater than 300 miles, balding obese man wearing a gray t-shirt is eating a hamburger. He takes a bite. Massive drops of grease fly out of the burger and dribble down his mouth and shirt. The grease pools on the mountaintops and begins to stream down to below the cloud cover.
He died. We died. Matt Johnson. No. They died because of the... Why did...
No further communications were received from within E-7234. Over the next week, SCP-7234-2 output reached up to 5 times its normal level, before returning to only 2 times the previous baseline. Further incursions into SCP-7234 are forbidden. I never thought I'd say this, but I've seen less grease at Pizza Hut. Class dismissed. Have a good day. Alright, credits! SCP-7234 was created by Not Goal. Dr. John Yoder and Ion-1, -2, -3, and -4 were played by Andrew Vinson. All photos are either AI generated or taken from stock websites. So what I originally intended was to promote a charity that helps fight obesity, because there's an obesity epidemic in the United States. I was going to do that, but then I saw the destruction of Hurricane Helene, and I decided to donate this share to the Red Cross Hurricane Relief. I just think that this is a better use of resources. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being so patient. Gesundheit will come in the future. I'm really trying to get all these videos out before the new year. So thank you guys for staying tuned. I'll see you in the next video.